What is up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin and I'm a full-time videographer and photographer. You guys have been asking me to share a few more editing tips. So today I thought that I would share a pretty cool little effect that you guys can do within the editing room, whether you are editing in Premiere Pro, Final Cut, or even a free editing app like iMovie or something like that. The Vertigo Effect, or it's also known as the Dolly zoom. You've probably seen this effect in plenty of movies and never realized what it's called. And if you guys want to learn more about that, there's a great video that I saw actually before making this video, so I knew a little bit more about the history of the Dolly zoom before talking to you guys about it, and I'm going to link that video in the description below. But basically, the camera is typically moving on some sort of dolly or track, and as it moves either forward or away, the camera operator is usually zooming in or zooming out depending on the movement. They're doing the opposite. So if they're moving towards something, then they're zooming out while the camera is moving forward. And what that does is it gives it a really weird looking effect, and you can use it in your story to convey different feelings or emotion or whatever it might be. But you can also easily fake this effect with a drone because of the smooth movement and flying through the air. So as long as you shoot in a straight line, either forward or backward, or in editing you can even reverse that, and it's pretty simple. So let's hop on the computer and I'm going to share with you guys how to do the Dolly zoom or Vertigo effect. The drone has a fairly wide focal length. So what you're doing is you're basically faking a zoom, whether it be zooming in or zooming out, through editing. So you're faking a tighter focal length to a wider focal length, or you're faking the movement from a wider to a tighter focal length. And what you're going to do is you're going to select the clip that you want to edit, and from there, if you're in Premiere Pro, and I'm sure it's similar if you're in Final Cut, you're going to go to the effects control panel and you're going to set your scale. And so to set your scale and to actually have it change throughout your scene is you're going to need to create a keyframe. And to do that, all you need to do is click this little stopwatch on the left hand side of scale, and what that's going to do is it's going to mark that part of the clip to be whatever scale that you set it to. So at the beginning of the clip you may want to set this to 140 or 150% at the beginning of the clip, and then at the end of the clip create another keyframe and bring that back to 100. And once you set these keyframes, you can play it back and look at it and see how you like it. You may want to make some tweaks depending on how long your clip is. You may be able to make the scale greater, or you may need to make the scale less, because it can look kind of weird depending on the time of your frame and the amount of scale that you're adding. It all kind of needs to add up. There is a huge mathematical equation that someone else has figured out, but for this, I kind of just play with it until I like the look of it. Depending on your clip, you may just reverse that. So you may start out at 100% and end at 200% or whatever it might be. So all that you need to remember is that if your scene is a forward moving scene, then you want your scale to be reducing in size. So if your scene is moving forward, you're going to want to set your scale larger at the beginning of the clip and then smaller at the end of the clip. Since you're moving forward, you want your focal length to feel like it's moving backwards. And if you're doing a backwards moving scene, then you want to reverse that. So that's how you do it in Premiere Pro, and you can actually do this really easily in iMovie. So let's hop into iMovie as well, and I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. So to do this in iMovie, all you have to do is, again, select your clip that you want to edit, and then what you're going to do is go to the Ken Burns effect. And you're going to set your endpoint, and you can easily set this to whatever scale that you want it to. So on this clip, I'm actually going to crop in, and then at the end of the clip where it says end, I want it to be the full frame. So in iMovie, the same principle applies that we talked about before. So in this scene, we're moving forward, so we want to start with a tighter focal length or scaling in, and then at the end of the scene, we're going to scale out. Since we're moving forward, we want that push and pull feel going on, and if the scene were moving backwards, we would just do the opposite. And that's it. So super simple in iMovie. Well, I hope that you guys learned something from this video. I hope you guys go out and create some really cool Vertigo effects. Don't overuse it. I feel like it can be overused at times, and that's honestly why you don't see me use it too much in videos, but sometimes I do throw it in there just to mix things up a little bit. But it's a cool effect to have in your bag of tricks and to know how to do it when you need it. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave my video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in another video.